Yeah, that's what you'd catch there.
King Arthur's COVID. Hey, Blasphemers, hang tight. Kelsey is our guest, and we are about to start right now. Hey, Blasphemers, welcome to Simple Blasphemy, where we have the best times with the worst topics.
We're three friends that discuss everything and nothing, from wacky headlines to games and trivia. All subjects bizarre and risque are on the table.
Our weekly guests range from friends, musicians, and artists to professionals in a variety of industries.
We go live on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Want to support the show? Join our Patreon. You can find it and more at www.simpleblasphemy.com.
So grab a drink and join in!
It's too late now. This is Simple Blasphemy.
All right. Hey, welcome to the Simple Blasphemy podcast, all you blasphemers out there. My name is Zach Ward, and I have here with me always Andy's.
Commute time drive is how.
And also, we have always Mr. Zach, the Green Machine.
This feels too rushed. I can't do this. And on top of that, it feels too moist.
All the information about the show can be found at simpleblasphemy.com. And if you click that like, share, subscribe button, you'll receive 5 years good luck.
Button.
So, yeah, do that. As mentioned, we have Kelsey returning.
Hi.
Hello.
K-Row.
K-Row.
Carol.
Ready to go?
So we've already had Kelsey on a couple times, and we're not going to do the silly questions because later on in the show, we're going to be doing moist questions.
Oh, God.
The moist. Stick around.
Wait a minute. Did you just do that?
Yeah.
Moist.
Okay, I
questions.
thought that Rob Zombie's opening band showed up.
Moist questions.
Moist questions.
I found on Reddit a nice little list of questions men have always wanted to ask women. So, hey, Julio is in the...
Julio. Ha,
Julio.
ha.
God damn it, you son of a bitch.
Ha, ha.
Why are you messing with me here?
Hey, he got my background.
I do. What do you have? Oh, yes.
Oh, Beetlejuice. Oh, okay. I see it now.
So
It's funny. I almost had my Christmas village behind me. It would have almost been the same.
I wanted the one from the intro to the movie. The little flyover that it did with the...
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, to start off today, Kelsey, if you want to participate, you can go last.
Oh,
Okay.
So give you some time to think, but I gave a group text to the guys. I've made a New Year's resolution to pick one word and try to use it more often, maybe because you never use the word. It's one you really like, or it could be funny. I have chosen the word nincompoop. That is going to be my
I like that one.
2021
Okay,
word.
I got one.
Oh,
I
well,
could do one.
Go ahead.
No. I mean, no. You guys go, but I could maybe think of other ones. Who knows?
Oh.
Andy,
Go ahead.
did you? Are
Okay.
you going to
Maybe
participate?
somebody will think.
Yeah. I've been trying to get this one to stick for the past few years, and it hasn't yet. But I want to bring dipshit
Okay.
as a forefront instead of calling somebody dumb or anything. You fucking dipshit.
Kind of like
just-
Red Foreman, like not dumbass,
Yes.
but dipshit.
Yes, exactly. You're gonna miss dipshit.
Are you? Do you want to participate in this?
Well, I mean, if you got to call out and ask for it and, think about it, you just totally invalidated the whole thing.
What about clown cock?
Well, I mean, I use that sometimes here and there, but I mean...
I see, I want...
That's
for you
what
to
way?
make a call out for oh, it's a word I want to use more often, all of a sudden that word becomes the most, unimportant word in the world
Okay,
because
don't be a nincompoop.
I am. I'm going to be. So I don't know. Whatever comes out of my fucking mouth is what I'm gonna fucking use the most rest of the year.
All right.
He's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
his most authentic self and use all the words that he wants.
Like Billy Joel on a Coke bender.
Kelsey, then have you
With a
decided?
straw.
With a straw.
I mean, if we're just pulling words out of the air,
Yeah.
like nincompoop, I like balderdash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Balderdash.
All right.
Yep. Malarkey.
Bathroom.
Balderdash.
Bathroom. Anybody that has a mustache, it's not called a mustache anymore. It's called a ballroom.
Ballroom
A
blitz.
ball-
You're fucking.
Ballroom-
You're
ballroom
sweeping the
blitz?
fucking shaft. You know,
Who says
or
Palooka?
the balls, or whatever. I don't know.
What you look at that palooka? You ball broom.
Ballroom.
I like soup strainer.
Ballroom blitz.
Ball broom.
We had a very, very serious episode last week, and now we have to be like extra jackassy.
Yeah.
So
Great!
Yeah.
I'm so happy I could be here.
yeah, perfect. All right. Well, let's just dive into our shout out. Our shout outs that are due. We like to give the shout out to the top 5. Actually, just the one top audio only #1 country that goes to India. Once again,
I'm glad that this year's starting off like that.
What?
I don't know how
No
to
way.
exactly.
No way. No way. India?
Stranger things have happened. Oh no, Zach Ward looks like
Oh, is he back?
there he is.
Perfect.
I'm surprised. India, of all places on
Yeah,
this
right.
planet?
Is that like
That's it.
your most
I would have never
listened to?
thought that in a million years.
Okay,
I
so
don't think
it's
it's
probably
it.
just because they like your guys' brashness.
India, really? I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming.
I'm very happy that somebody likes us.
Yeah. So having said that, next up, Tanner Wirtz would like to give his shout out. Please stand by.
Please welcome.
Hey guys, Tanner here. I want to give a big shout out to butt plugs because that's a really shitty job that no one else wants to do.
Okay. Shouting out to butt plugs.
I mean, I guess literally it's shitty.
I thought he was gonna where he was at. I thought he was gonna be like, "Hey guys, I broke into the back room at Aaron's Appliance Rental. I don't think they found me yet, but butt plugs."
Well,
So, hey.
Love you, Tanner.
That's like the sex robots that I hear. That when I'm starting to start that business that cleans out the sex robots, it's also going to encompass the fucking butt plugs.
You could get a specific ballroom attachment to clean the male
Ballroom.
sex dolls.
As you're going at it.
So I have a question for you guys. Can you hypothetically, what's up, Terry? Can you hypothetically pretend that we are sitting in a marketing meeting, a Zoom, if you will, marketing meeting, and we have to come up with a slogan for a butt plug? Okay.
Ooh.
I hope that sticks.
Can I hypothetically pretend?
That means it's going to be real as fuck.
Andy, what would be a slogan comes to the top of your head, or what pops up first?
Oh God.
Green-
Taper down now.
Okay. I mean,
Just
Simmer
Sit-
down now.
sit back, relax, taper things off.
oh, okay. So that's like one of those shirts that relax,
Yeah.
taper
We're not
off,
gonna be good at this
plug.
one.
We'll let you go last. You can go last if you want.
Let me go.
Yeah. Unless you come up with a really good one.
It's not just for wine. Cork it.
Cork it.
It's one of those self-vibrating ones that you can just push a button and program it. I don't know.
for you.
It doesn't make sense, but jiggle as you tiggle.
Okay.
I want a Bluetooth attachment to hook up to the bass speaker.
and
So you
Tim,
like
like,
joggle as you
anything you
toggle, so
want it
you
to
can
mean.
toggle around on your phone.
What if you had a subwoofer butt plug that Bluetooth connected to your phone, and you come walking and bumping out of your ass
Oh,
like a car with a really nice speaker system in the back?
Oh my god!
Only it's on the.
All I see is the snail Turbo movie with the snails where their butts like bump up around like because they have the like snail butts and they're like speakers.
that would be,
Yeah.
that would
SPG.
be that would be the Lou Sass model.
oh.
Wow.
Sassafras.
Do you
Paying
think that-
tribute.
Do you think that's like Dr. Scholl's, where you can actually go up to a kiosk and figure out what curvature your
You have to go
Yeah.
get the measurement.
Ooh, you should please grab a condom from the slide on the right. Please put the condom over the nozzle. The nozzle is calibrating. Do not look away from the nozzle.
Would you just bring your own cucumber?
It peels it down like a fucking CNC machine. What is it? Lathe? Like a lathe?
Oh, we have that technology.
Cut to size.
Butt plugs, cut to size, made to order. Get yours now, $49.99.
See, there's mine.
There we go. Julio says, expanding the boundaries of love.
Ah,
Solid.
I mean, expanding something.
Solid. Oh God. Okay, that's a fun one. That we're not even moist yet,
Oh,
folks.
you could call it the salad plug.
Salad shooter. That's all I think of when I hear that.
Salad plug. You know, you toss the salad. It's like the salad plug.
Yeah, but salad plug, usually putting stuff with food around the butt.
I'm trying to think of some other like synonym words for what you just said, like salad plugs that you said, like romaine duct, romaine
ductwork.
Interesting.
romaine dam.
See,
You made me play.
the little the name of the company would be Little Dutch Boy Butt Plugs.
Oh,
And instead of him putting his finger in the dam, it's just him backed up against a dam.
Caesar.
I am what I am.
Caesar.
Butt plugs.
Oh, I'm drawing that right fucking now.
please do. All right. Well, let's dive into the news that you need to know, folks. And also, if you've been tuning in later in the show, we have moist questions.
Oh
Moist
boy.
questions. So here we go. The news you need to know. Family Video closing all remaining stores. This is the end of an era, folks. I mean, if you're old enough to remember going to a Blockbuster or, a number
Family
of
video connection.
Family Video is kind of towards the tail end.
Hollywood Video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hollywood Video. I mean, do you guys remember any of your first experiences? I mean, Green probably does.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, here
Okay,
we go.
now
Oh,
this
no.
is before all the major brands, and this is before everybody knew what VCRs or VHS tapes or even beta was. Firemen, especially Detroit firemen, you work a day, off a day, work a day, then you're off 3 days. You work a total of 9 days a month, which totally, is your 40-hour a week job. But anyways, firemen have a lot of time to start second jobs. So one of my dad friends started this business with VHS tapes that he would go to these party stores at the time. This was really before CVS and Walgreens, just little local party stores, and he would bring a selection of movies on these turnstile carts that and then he would also rent the player, the actual VCR that came in this big fucking box with a handle. And it was like the fucking newest technology nobody's ever seen. So I think you could like rent a movie for $5, and I think you could rent like the player for like, God, it was like something like it was about $20 or less. I don't know.
You had a deposit though. You had to put down like a $25 deposit.
No, I don't think you did. I don't think you did. I mean, that's what made it really affordable to people. And this was like technology nobody's ever seen before. And I remember when he was just starting a business, that he gave my dad a box of just like movies that happened to be out at the time. And
I thought you were gonna be like just smut.
no, it was Mr. Mom and stuff like that, and gave my dad a player. And I remember we hooked it up to the TV, and I remember I was just amazed, like, oh my god, you can actually pause a fucking movie. This is amazing,
Right?
But he got in on the ground level of that shit, and then look what it grew into, a fucking like multi-million billion-dollar business, and then all of a sudden it became nothing again. Now it's about to disappear from the face of reality.
Yep. That's
Andy,
right.
you remember your first video store experience?
Yeah, actually, I got really lucky. One of my friend's dad opened up a video store called Premier Video in Temperance, right up the street from where I was at. And we were like best buddies. We lived right up. Well, we hung out right up the street from one another because I was at Loose Ass's house. God, organically that came up. That's fantastic.
She's a part of this show.
Yeah. So the good news was anytime they got brand new movies or video games, we were always the first people to see them because I was always over at their house. And as he and I drifted apart as friends because he did his thing and I did my thing, they opened up another Premier Video right up the street from where my parents' house was. So I got to actually review and pick video games at like 10 years old for 12 years old for the video store. And yeah,
cool.
it was really, 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 really super duper cool. I was super fortunate.
Holy
So yeah, that was lame and wholesome. And and my friend's little brother used to steal porn from the family video in Toledo, but he would like reach around the corner and just grab whatever was there,
Whatever.
no matter what it was. So we got all kinds of fun.
It's a porn grab bag.
Pornocopia.
Whatever.
Kelsey, do you remember your first video experience?
I mean, I don't know that I remember my first video experience because I actually was probably too young to remember the first one because you know what I mean? Like my brothers and my dad were like taking me when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
However, like I just remember that's when I went the most was when I went to my dad's house on the weekends and we'd go and get like 4 or 5 movies and just like, blast off and watch all of them throughout the weekend or whatever. And that's, and then, walking by the naughty room when I was little, always like just peeking around and like, what's in there?
So there was like the very first video store that, at least that I can remember, was on, I want to say it was Sylvania Avenue. And it was just like this very bizarre, almost looked like almost like a dentist office or something. Do you remember that?
That was the first Video Connection.
Video Connection.
That was
yeah.
the very
Video
first Video
Connection.
Connection was over. I remember that. That was the very first one in Toledo.
Yeah, and so okay, confirmed. So it has to be true, right?
Well,
and I want to say we rented ET or something probably.
Mhm.
I'm guessing, but yeah, I really remember that. I don't know. It was pretty cool. But anyway,
they had these really weird lights up that went all the way down the aisles, which made it look like a dentist office. There's like sodium bulbs, so you felt sick when you walked in there. It was all like green and gross and shit. But
and there wasn't that many movies, if I remember correctly. It's
like a classroom with
It was like
with a couple of
section,
videotapes.
the back door.
I
was
they
way
call it
too
the
young.
back door.
Did they call it? Yeah, they probably should have.
I was introduced to the porn.
There was one in Sandusky that looked like a barn, and I don't know what the place was called. I think it was like a privately owned little place. I don't know that it was like a franchise or anything like that, but it looked like a freaking barn building, and it was in just the main area of the town. So it was built that way on purpose. So I do remember that.
My first experience with the fucking porn with VHS was one of the first guys that taught
Jump
me
right down.
a lot about guitar repair and guitar building. His best friend owned a fucking porn store, and they would get all these fucking videos. So then, needless to say, there was boxes of all these VHS videos that when they presented you with the VHS tape, it was like this elaborate box. Leather box that you open up with fucking covers, and
you had to actually fuck the box.
And they were at the time, I think brand new, they were going $50-$60. But he would bring boxes of this shit, and he's like, "Yeah, my friend just got a bunch of this shit in it. Hey, man, if you want anything you want to fucking borrow, here, have at it." And I remember it's like the fucking earliest fucking porn on VHS, man. And I was like, holy
Got it
shit, this is amazing.
Don't return it moist or sticky.
And that's before like what we see today was everything's free now. Whatever you can think of, it's fucking free. Just type it in.
It's scary.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that's nice about the one thing that's nice about moving into the digital era, I mean, I for the most part buy everything on iTunes and digital media for that matter, is that you don't have this clutter of puffy boxes and CDs and just piles and piles of crap hoarding in that grandma that buys every 25-cent Disney film because she thinks it's like the holy grail and she might make
some of those Rachel just pointed it out to me, some of those early Disney films on VHF, some of them people are paying up to $25,000 for them, and I don't know, it has to be a certain like issue or something, but she's like, I had no fucking idea, I had a shitload of these and I threw them out.
Somehow somebody's laughing and saying, hey, let's jack the price on the original Bambi, but it's got to be this one. There could be 10,000 of them out there, but only the first one's going to sell for $25,000.
Well, yeah. I mean, because how many of them sold in the first, place? I mean, there's a few of them that are weird. Like you talk about, like the Little Mermaid with the original cover that has the penises on it still, or whatever, and like that one, I still have that one on VHS. I literally have it in the other room.
That wasn't an accident.
No, it was not.
What a good conversation piece.
I still have that in the other room, actually. Yep.
That's
Tyler Durden is proud.
I have my original Little Mermaid and I have my original Robin Hood on VHS. I kept like 2 or 3 of my VHS.
That's my favorite one.
The whole Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Little Mermaid with penises. Do you think that's where they came up with the term Disney Plus?
Hey,
no?
I mean, a couple of them on there were plus or minus.
Next article.
Penises too.
Next article. Kentucky man goes viral for cleaning snowy driveway with a flamethrower. Now, Green, let's be frank here. You're a man of this type of genius. Would you ever consider?
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
Oh,
without a doubt.
Okay. And
I mean,
this shit's old hat. Any like bad repercussions for doing it?
If it's controlled and you know what you're doing, there's nothing to be worried about.
Would it like melt it so fast that then it would like freeze like black ice again or something? Like
that's why you have to get the math just right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, would it like I wouldn't want it to be like watery and then like make it like slick black ice situation instead of just snow.
No, that's why everybody should not only know a doctor, a plumber, a mechanic, but also an engineer that can fucking crunch these numbers for you.
Crunch.
So I've always envisioned Green like digging tunnels underneath his house and underneath his driveway, putting like toaster ovens or something underneath it to keep the ice.
I haven't, but I am planning on doing that.
One day,
they have heated driveways. Don't they? They have like heated driveways and stuff like that, right?
Heated driveways, heated floors.
Tunnel.
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
But it's not a tunnel. It's a tunnel.
No, it's definitely not a tunnel with a poster on it.
Tunnel, I'm gonna have it just lined with.
He's just under there with a blow dryer upside down in the tunnel.
Oh yeah.
Fuck it. It's like Shawshank. He's fucking doing it with a spoon for the last like fucking 30 years.
Well, the question is,
I'll get there eventually.
The question is, the property that you own, how far down do you own? And how far up do you own? And how far up do you own? And how far up? How far up and how far down?
That's a good question.
Until you can get hit by a plane, I'm assuming.
Well, I want to be the first to announce
you like own the airspace though? Like I doubt that.
I do want to make an announcement. I don't know if we've said this yet, and we're gonna have to save that question because on January 26th, we have a flat earther coming on to discuss the flat earth. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. David Weiss, Weiss for those looking it up. So mark your calendars.
Wise up, Janet Weiss, like Janet Weiss and freaking Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
Build your thighs up.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
we are really going to have to do some digging to find out how far down. No, is this all bad?
Until you can get hit by an airplane going up, or
I'm
until
sure,
you dig
yeah, there
through
is-
Well,
the
no, I
bottom of
think
the earth
this
and
is
you
no,
fall
I
how far
actually no.
down
Listen,
do you own? How far down?
until you
I
fall
think-
into the nether space.
I think how far up you own is how many square footage you own in your building. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's say, like, because you know what I mean? You can build as far up as you can build, and then, like, your airspace in your building, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's your square footage. That's how much you can own, because that's how much you can actually inhabit or whatever. You know what I mean?
I'd say until safe airspace, and it has to
Okay.
vary.
I guess
We
if
do-
you're hovering around.
Well, Andy and I both have a small airfield near us, so
Let's not tell stories, gentlemen.
we're not going to own that high up.
No, you're gonna get banged by a Cessna.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's get to the last article before we get to moist questions.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Last news that you need to know: man leaves girlfriend of 6 years in tears with a joke Christmas proposal. What kind
Whoa.
of dick move is this, Kelsey? What?
That's a pretty bad dick move.
Do
Dude,
you
that's
think that-
obvious right from the womb. You should always know you never joke about proposing.
Yeah.
No, not on Christmas, like, or not on ever. I mean,
Not
but like,
on
really,
ever.
like, well, okay. So there's like Jim Halper in the office. He like keeps joking and like pretending he's gonna bend over and tie. Like he like leans down as if he's getting on one knee, but then he like continues and acts like he's gonna tie his shoe. And she's like, "Oh, whatever." So like, I guess that is kind of like a joke proposal. So I think like that's kind of cute and like funny
That's
and
a
lighthearted.
setup.
That's lighthearted and yes, like a setup, but you don't like stage a Christmas freaking day
doing in front of people.
yeah. And was it in front of people? I'm assuming,
that's
or was
important.
it just like,
Um,
or was it just filmed? Like, you know what I mean? Like a
there was
practical
definitely-
joke on film or whatever.
It was in front of a dog, at least, according to the pictures here.
That
It's
poor,
in front of a dog, at least.
poor puppy.
It's actually not even worth really reading because it's kind of such an asshole move. But yeah, pretty
You
bad.
brought it up.
It's
Jesus
true.
Christ.
You brought
That
it
was
up.
from our producer Tanner, by the way.
Tanner.
But I will be thrown under the bus for that because I did bring. Well, I don't know.
I saw an article earlier that I actually had to do some deep digging on just to make sure that it was as fake as it actually ended up being. But they were talking about Disney funerals, Disney themed funerals.
Oh.
And basically what characters are allowed to come out to your funeral. There's a final kiss that you choose that one of the characters will give the corpse.
No way.
They will
No
install
way.
an MP3 player in the casket to play the departed's favorite Disney song. They said that the theme songs on the rides were the most popular ones. And then you could
Okay.
have
Small world
like,
after all.
Stitch or the 100-Acre Wood. The inhabitants of the 100-Acre Wood show up, and you can have Winnie the Pooh give the corpse a kiss goodbye. And I'm laughing my ass
No
off. at
way,
this. I'm
Winnie
like,
the
oh my god, I
Pooh.
gotta put this on Simple Blasphemy. and it's a fucking joke.
I was gonna say there's no
Oh
way.
no, it was
They would
so.
not-
The laugh that it gave me was
Could
awesome.
you-
I wasn't even disappointed because had laughed so hard at it.
Like the people carrying down your body could be like the Seven Dwarfs or
Paul Bears, yeah.
something along those lines.
hi ho, don't
I'm wishing
All right,
for
let's
the
just
one I love.
let's stop beating around the bush here. We're gonna jump into the segment moist questions. Moist questions. I've found on Reddit a whole bunch of questions that guys always wanted to ask a woman. And
These are
believe it or not,
ridiculous, by the way. I mean, seriously.
some are. We did have a couple contributors as well.
I can only hope.
Amanda couldn't make it here today because she has to do inventory at her work. And then Sam if you remember Sam, who was our guest quite a few episodes ago about polygamy and a few other things, has also chimed in on a few of these. So here we go. Kelsey is going to be in the hot seat for the most part, but obviously us three guys are pretty close to being feminine more than others. So here we'll chime in. Kelsey, why are women into guys' butts? You know,
so I wrote down most of my answers because I got some of these before. But so the question is, why not? Or do you mean butt stuff? I guess I have to clarify what we're actually talking about so that I know what the answer to the question is.
Like the Magic Mike little shorts or
just in general dudes' butts. Okay, like so then I guess if that's what we're talking about, then I'm like, not all butts are women into, number one. And number
flatties.
two, like fit butts. Yeah, we're into fit butts. You know, just like you guys like yoga asses and whatever and the yoga pants and whatnot. Like there's Levi butts and like good butts and jeans and stuff like that. Like not all butts are okay.
Like a Wrangler? Like a Wrangler?
Well, like my mom actually sent me a picture the other day, and it's funny because I have a pug. So if you can imagine a pug dog like standing, or like a bulldog or some kind of like short stocky dog like standing up on its hind legs, and you can see like the bottom half of it, and the joke is like 30-year-old men in skinny jeans or whatever, you know what I mean? Like not all butts are okay, because like, you know,
you could end up looking like Groot from Despicable Me.
The top of the thank you, the top, or Mr. Incredible before he, like, you know, after he was incredible, before
do you remember the
was incredible.
The grab a hunk of slice a chunk of the cheese guy from Saturday mornings, like that. He's a round ball.
So you're saying you have a butt pug?
A butt pug?
Oh my god, a butt plug with a pug's head on it.
Oh my god, there's a market for that.
Google
There is
that
a market.
later.
Let's write it down. Write it down.
I'm writing it down because Ryan is going to laugh at that.
Write that down.
All right. So Amanda chimed in on this question and said, because men's asses are fucking fine.
I mean, yeah, that's...
Especially when you grab them while they're fucking you. Okay, Amanda.
Okay. Well, she does not...
A little more graphic than I was, but yeah.
And then we have...
beating around it.
We have Sam. She says, I think girls in the guys' sports or in the game spots for the same reason guys are in girls' butts. Because again, I guess I don't know exactly why guys are in girls' butts. But
see, I think the question was misconstrued. Like whether or not you were talking about in butts or just liking
Why
butts.
are you currently knuckle deep in a guy's butt?
She says she likes like better posture butts than flat butts. Also for snuggling
like a
purposes.
poofy posterior. Oh, she likes to be the big spoon.
Biggest spoon.
The biggest spoon.
So the next question. Here we go. What are some reasons to go commando underneath that dress?
Panty lines, because I'm not a fan of that. That's just nope.
Why is that a problem?
I don't like it.
What happens if you wear a thong? What about a thong?
Well, I mean, it depends, because you can still have panty lines sometime with a thong, like depending on how tight that dress is, you know.
If you can achieve the smoothness fairly simply, then yes, go for the smoothness. You don't leave your cake frosting all cracked and shitty looking. You want it to look smooth or have a nice at least a nice texture.
Exactly. And then but I have some like caveats to that. I'm not like in a nothing with a skirt that's like super short. It has to be long enough. It has to be tight enough so it's like not going anywhere. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not like going out in the Dirty Dancing dress that somebody's gonna like do this underneath when I do the spin. You know what I mean? I'm not like Britney Spearsing it with all that. I'm just
you don't want to let it all hang out.
Oh, shit.
Nope.
Flaps up.
Gymnastics type of dress.
No, not like that. Just it's
don't
gotta all be tight enough.
I think it would be just a pain in the ass to maintain the entire night. Every time you sit down, you have to pull it down a little bit, or every time you just have to be super mindful of everything, right?
You would think.
Guess that just depends how mindful you want to be. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like you don't.
I mean, if I
guess-
was wearing something my balls were going to hang out of, I don't necessarily want people looking. I don't want
kilt.
to. I don't want to impose my balls on anybody.
Well, yeah, and I don't impose. Yeah, I've never imposed
But I mean,
anything on anybody.
I wasn't saying that you were. Damn.
So Sam says,
Seeing that
No, I'm
got
just saying.
uncomfortable
No,
really
my point is,
fast.
I've never had like a Britney Spears moment. Like I've never fallen over on the dance floor and had like boop peekaboo. Like you know what I mean? Like
Oh,
it's never
get out
been
of the
like an
car.
issue. Like
I mean, get out of the
exactly.
car.
I've never had like I. You know what I mean?
But all it
Yes.
would take is just one hand. You could cover it up. Nobody would know.
Okay.
I mean, I suppose, yeah, but I
nothing
just still
pulling
would
up
not
the
want to
side.
be in that position. Like
Better than
whatever
eating two hands
Whatever position. Exactly.
or three hands. Could you help me over here?
All right. So Sam says there are two reasons to go commando under a dress. One is panty lines, and the other is for easy access for some hanky panky.
Well, yeah, and that's of course, like another thought process that, like, if you're you could, and that's the other thing, like, I guess depending on who you're with and what's going on, they could know, you could let them know, and then there's that whole like mystery and fun to that whole thing. Not even like that, not even that it might even have to be access at an easy time at an immediate time, but maybe later.
So you're saying you could be at the restaurant and say, "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry, I dropped my napkin. Can you grab it for me?"
But if you were with somebody and you let them know, that would just be an invitation, man.
Well, not even that, but just like, okay, let's say
Depends on the
even just
communication you got.
just so they know, so that it's like a turn on even for later when you get home, and it's that much easier. Like
Yes.
on the way up the steps or whatever,
Stair sex is very uncomfortable.
So
I didn't say on them. I said
not
on the way up
invitation in
'em.
a bad, not invitation in a bad way, but invitation in a playful way the entire night.
okay, all right, hold on here, and again, Kelsey is kind of speaking for all women right now, so don't brutalize it too much because this could be one of them. Who knows? You might have some healthy bowels. How do y'all hold your poop in so long as you do? And it is often. It's like I even talk to my wife. Yeah,
You have a gallbladder.
I haven't pooped in 2 days. I'm like, what?
See, I have no idea what you're
Gallbladder.
talking about
Gallbladders are
because
beautiful things.
I don't do that.
Women don't poop.
No, yeah, what is that? No, but no, actually, no, I don't actually. I don't hold anything anywhere. I just do what I need to do when I need to do it, and then I just don't even have to worry about that because.
Yeah.
And I'm generally like a,
Do you still have your gallbladder?
yes, as far as I know, yeah.
You have a lot of control, man. You can like
All right,
you can ride that like
quit
a
bragging.
joystick. You're not going to be
Ride the
juicing anything.
wave. No juicing.
Simple butt plugs.
All right.
There you go.
There
Butt
we go.
plugs.
Keep your gallbladders, people.
Here's the next
Did
question.
you lose yours?
Oh yeah, mine was disease.
Okay,
I had a
that's what I
fucking
thought. I
freaking
feel like
out,
we've
man.
had
And
this conversation
half the time
before.
when I
I've
eat, I'm
heard
like,
about
what am I fucking doing? I should just fucking throw this in the toilet. Eliminate the middleman.
Okay. All right. This next question has the other ladies commenting, I believe, too. So here we go. Can you describe to the best of your ability how back-to-back orgasms feel?
The Gemini at Cedar Point.
Ooh, with the bar, with the bar that's too close that you think you're gonna hit your head on. That's the first.
No,
one,
that's
though, right?
that's the Magnum, but that's because I'm too scared to ride that one. But actually, that one's probably the better description because when you have the hills that go like this at the end,
Oh,
you feel
that's
like you're
the
gonna
Blue
jump
Streak.
onto the thing. No, that's not the Blue Streak. The Magnum has the choo 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 choo.
What was
Yeah.
it? Have you ever
If
been
I
to
ever get back there, I'll never think
Really,
of
Kings
the
Island?
name.
The
You
Blue
wanna
and
go-
Red Racer?
Yeah, that was the.
I don't do Kings Island. I'm sorry, I'm a Cedar Point girl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Keep your options open. Hail the
So
king, baby.
here are some other answers to that. Back-to-back orgasms, I guess, probably means different things to different people. For me,
Depending on what you're using.
I've had back-to-back orgasms, but it's really hard to achieve. In my personal opinion, after the first orgasm, to achieve the second one, you really have to relax through association. That feels like peeing. so much that it's almost a mindfuck to be able to do that. I would also say it feels like the peak of an orgasm and then like another one coming down for me. I'm having multiple orgasms to come down. Never really happens, but it continues to build and plateau. That was from Sam, and she was doing a voice to talk, so it
did sound like Christopher Walken.
a plateau.
It peaks, and it peaks, and it peaks, and it
You
peaks.
know, sometimes.
Yeah. So
But
here's
I mean,
your,
I'm not gonna say. I mean, I feel like I've had a few of the back-to-back situations, whether it was on my own or what have you. So, I mean, I guess, but I guess that whole like sensation of, oh, it's like almost there, but like, wait a minute, but then then it's like, so I guess it is
roller coastery.
But it's probably easier for chicks than guys when it comes to like right away. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Does that make sense? Is that true? I don't know. Do you think so?
If the guy does it right, and I'm not saying that I do it right, but if the guy does it right, you can have
different.
If the girl does it right, like if you know what I mean.
Well, no, but a lot of the stuff having to do with like how you contract your muscles, right? And if you can stop yourself just in time,
in my life, I've been doing it wrong.
You can do it. You can.
Well, but that's not. But you're saying, well, if you can stop yourself, but am I stopping myself or am I having two?
So there's a thing with the guys, at least with me, is that I like the actual muscle contractions, the endorphins, and all that stuff part of the orgasm, but the actual act of ejaculating, is quite satisfying in and of itself. And you can, it's the release, the actual explosion.
Well, yeah, I feel like
that. But if you do it right, you can separate them and have two different experiences.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I mean, I guess
Green, you.
Is that are you talking like by yourself or with a partner?
With a partner. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here's what.
See, that's I got one of those every fucking show.
Just the subtle head nod.
Okay.
Dude,
Dude, he just did it just now. He just did it just now.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Green.
No, I've gotten to the point in my life that like, unless I'm like really fucking doing it, you know, with my wife,
I'm doing it well.
The jacking off thing is just like, I just gonna crank one off really quick, and it doesn't bring the same amount.
It's just like a purpose.
Like when I was 18, and it's like, oh my god, I wasted this much time for fucking nothing. I should have just like worked on my fucking Challenger.
I wasted
back when I was younger, it would like, you know, you're doing it by yourself. You know exactly how you want to be touched, and you can bring yourself to that point so much fucking faster and fucking stronger. And now, like, it's just like totally opposite. It's just like it's not even fucking worth it, man.
It's a rim shot instead of Buddy Rich
like,
solos.
Dude, like if I don't fucking do it like in the fucking live in the real world with, you know, my significant other, I'm not even gonna fucking waste my time anymore.
Right. I'm gonna work on my Challenger.
Such a fucking boil over.
On my Challenger.
So here's what Amanda had to say.
Fucking picking out the garbage.
Back-to-back orgasms, my favorite.
Favorite.
Some women can't have those, but luckily I can. It's the best feeling in the world. You literally have no control over what your body is doing. Hitting that G spot over and over and over.
Stabbed my mother once.
I've had sex many times, and that's happened a couple times. I've come so much that I had tears of joy. Others, when we are finished having sex, I'm still having orgasms, and my legs are jello, and I can barely walk.
Beautiful.
He described it better than I could.
That was a Dr. Seuss poem.
Envious.
That should be a Dr. Seuss book.
Envious paragraph. All right, let's move on here. We've got a few more to run through. Kelsey, speaking for all the women in the world,
Everybody.
Do women actually enjoy getting dick pics?
I guess it just depends. It depends.
Two A and B. Unsolicited A.
Unsolicited, not
B.
so much.
Solicited B, meaning.
I mean,
send me
I
some
guess,
dick pics sometime.
Well, I think it's depend. I don't know that it's like that. I don't know that it's like send me some dick pics. I think it's more like
That would be sweet though to get a.
I think it's more like if I don't know. I've had instances, I suppose, like where like long distance relationships or something like that, where like you're like, you know, trying to be intimate in other ways, like, you know what I mean, where you might like share things back and forth in that manner or whatever. But like, yeah, like the unsolicited, like, hey baby, like, you know what I mean? It's just like that's not.
I'm in the McDonald's restroom and I thought of you.
Yeah, no, like
it's right on the.
Oh my God, not McDonald's!
In the Burger King bathroom.
Oh yeah, oh my God.
Well, what
I once sent a dick pic from a Burger King bathroom.
What about male butt pics? Oh, Julio. I mean, you know,
I guess
I
it
don't know.
depends if
I mean,
it's
like,
flat or not.
I guess it just depends on if it's flattering or not. Like, you know what I mean? I guess it just depends on if who you're sending it to appreciates your curvature. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? And I guess there's only one way to find out. You
said flattering. I said flat.
Yeah, well.
Everybody needs to send Kelsey a butt pic now.
Do you guys watch Parks and Rec or whatever, where they started sending like dick pics to Ann Perkins, and she's the nurse, but really she found out that one of them had like mumps or whatever due to his dick pic or whatever. So everybody started sending her dick pics and saying that they needed to be checked for mumps or whatever. And
WebMD.
I dated
basically
like back in like the early 90s, and I remember like
those were
I'm kind of worried. I just need you to look at this, and she's like, yeah, right. I'm like, no, I'm really worried about this.
That's why I like.
I was just trying to like.
I love marriage for that reason.
All right, here we go.
Please look at this.
Well, we watched this movie that this is 40 movie.
Okay.
It's absolutely hilarious when it comes to being in your 30s and 20s. Like when I watched it when I was like 32. When you're 41, it's not as funny.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not looking forward to being 41 yet.
Just gloss over it. Just gloss over it.
Like, not that big of a deal. All right. Next question.
Andy, I'm concerned. I mean, are you all right? I mean,
oh yeah.
Oh wow. Next question. This is questions that guys always wanted to ask women. Just by the way.
Here it comes.
How much do you notice balls slapping against your butt during sex?
Sounds like you just described barbecue sauce.
Yes! Good question.
Enough. I guess it depends where you're at.
Is it like a bass drum or like a snare drum?
Like Burger King?
Or is it like a hi-hat?
Ooh, the clap on the reverb that you'd get off those tile walls.
Oh, the courtesy flush in the next stall.
Is it a plate or is it a hall?
Was the Kid Rock and freaking what's the one song? Never mind.
Yes,
we don't talk about
appreciate
Kid Rock
that.
here.
All right, so you now balls hitting your butt during sex. I'm assuming as the male gets older, it becomes probably more pronounced. Where I was
the inside of your thighs now.
Yes, last time I was with Hugh Hefner, it was pretty predominant.
Yeah.
Dragging across your calves.
When I was 18 years old, I was pretty high and tight.
What was that? What was that? What was Zach talking about earlier? The
pendulum,
ball brush. What was that?
Ball broom.
Ball broom.
Yeah, the mustache, man. The mustache is the fucking
ball
ball broom,
broom.
man. Because when you're going up and down on the shaft, you're cleaning the shaft. It's a ball broom.
So, like, when the first time that
And then
actually
the
happened,
wall-
Look at the mustache the same way.
so when that first actually happened to you, you actually felt balls hitting. Did you were like, what was that? Did you was like, oh, it's a scrotum hitting me. Oh. I mean, because that would
I
be
don't know
like
that I was that dense ever to be like, oh, what is that? But
well, I mean, it's like a stranger, you know. You anyway.
Is it?
All right. Next
I feel
question.
You know, we weren't expecting
Well, yeah, look at
these
yeah, that's
awesome
it. Look at your
answers.
notes. Look at your notes.
Yeah, I gave. If you can't see this, I gave Kelsey heads up on so she could.
Thank
not be-
God, because actually the answer to that question first was pass. I have family. No, I'm just kidding.
They're never gonna listen to this.
Julio
listens
says,
to this
you know he's too old when you're doing it doggy style and you feel something slapping your stomach.
Yes,
All right.
Julio, you do know.
Next question.
Although I don't know that I've known.
Questions guys always wanted to ask women. Kelsey's representing the women. Does a wedding ring on a guy stop you from flirting?
I mean, it usually stops me from like hardcore flirting, like, you know what I mean? Like, but it doesn't usually stop them. If you know what I mean. You know what I mean? So like, but like I'll like harmlessly like, no, it's not gonna go anywhere. Like, hey, like you're out with your business pals, blah blah blah, and like people are out at the bar kind of flirting, but like not like, you know what I mean? Like harmless, hey people, whatever kind of flirting, but
Nobody's
like not
getting any touch tonight.
Yeah. But like on the other hand, like I feel like it's not always the same on the other hand.
You are not seriously working on the project.
Right, exactly.
It.
It's like, you know, niceties, you know what I mean?
We've prototyped some things, but nothing concrete.
Right.
All right. Next question. Why do women go to the bathroom together, and does anything noteworthy tend to happen in those ladies' room meetings?
And have you figured out the meaning of life?
Have we figured out the meaning of life in there? No, but we're still trying to decide whether the earth's flat or not. No, but we're, you know, usually we're borrowing tampons, we're talking shit. People are taking selfies. You know, nothing noteworthy happens really unless you know, want to be part of the puke and rally. Like, so, nothing noteworthy. All the things that you guys would do. Like, you know, I don't know, not that you go to the bathroom together, but like, if you ever had to, it'd probably be for one of those reasons.
It's even kind of uncomfortable when you're already peeing in the bathroom and somebody else that's hanging out with you walks into the bathroom next to you.
Says, hey, nice watch.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Well, because you guys are like at urinals and all that jazz. But see,
you
that's
don't
the
wanna
funnier
take a
thing.
urinal right next to you.
Girls go into stalls together
Sit
when
on
they
each
don't
other's
have
laps.
to. Not they
Yeah,
have
like,
to sit on each
do you
other, but they
pee
go
in
in there
stacks?
together and like, no. But like they'll stand there and gossip and talk to each other while the other one pees. Like that's common.
in the same stall.
Oh.
Hey, you know,
That
maybe
happens. Yeah.
well, Jesus Christ, maybe we should next time we're out and about after COVID, we should just go in the urinal together, like in the same stall and fucking pee together.
How many dudes can pee in the same
Yeah,
fucking
I
urinal?
know, and that's the thing, dude. I think about all the weird things that I used to do, like before this,
You know what
and
I've done
I'm
before?
like,
around the campfire, you're peeing on your drunk friend.
you're peeing on your drum front
Yeah,
around the
you're peeing
campfire
on you're peeing on your drunk friend.
to extinguish them.
Kelsey.
No, just because it's fucking funny. It's funny in your young 20-year-old mind. It's funny.
Kelsey.
Okay, I don't know if I've ever peed on a friend for fun.
Kelsey, I have a question
pleasure.
for you on the specific subject.
Yep.
Okay.
What? Yep.
All right. You are going into the bathroom with 3 of your friends. You go into the stall that roughly accommodates 3 people. However,
Like
you're
the
all
handicap stall because we're assholes and we're in the handicap stall and we're not handicapped. Yep. Mm-hmm.
but you're all wearing rompers. What happens?
I mean,
Is there an assist clause that you have to like?
probably not an assist clause, but probably a one at a time. The thing comes down, the arm goes over, the pee happens, and then it all comes back up again. Because it depends on if you're okay. So me, I'm a romper with a lot of times nothing underneath. So if I'm wearing like no top underneath, like a lot of people might not wear a bottom underneath, but because it's a romper, because it's shorts and it's all connected, nothing's going anywhere. So they could go commando in a romper, right? But if they don't go with the top, then like if you take the top down, you go pee, then you have a bra on still. So like, what's the difference? You're just like in a bra or sports bra or whatever, like nothing nobody's ever not seen before, right? So I guess if you don't have the topper cover, then you just do the sidearm thing and you go and then you're done. Girls don't really care. Like we've seen, like we're girls, like, you know,
Yeah, guys.
usually girls don't really care. Like we're all kind of like, and we're not really like looking at each other.
Really quick, what's a romper again?
Or we are, and we're admitting it, and we're like, nice tits. Like, you know what I mean?
A
Like
romper
those,
is the thing where the shorts and the top part is like
yeah, it's all connected. Yeah, it's like a onesie.
Almost like a jean type of.
Well, the material.
Well, there's some of them that are shorts. Yeah, material can range. I have one that's made of silk. I have one that's made of polyester. I got one that's made of cotton. Like I got.
It has like the straps that go over, and then it's connected to like the thing.
Google search it, pal. It's they're gross looking to me. I think they're ugly.
You don't like rompers?
No.
Is that?
I love rompers.
I call them Pampers.
Is that
Pampers?
I like rompers.
It's just a personal preference. I'm not saying no one should ever wear them.
Was it something of the 80s or
no? This is all new.
No, the 80s is actually
newer.
Fuck you, because I got a picture of my sister. I got a picture of my sister in a whole jean romper that was totally from the 80s. No. Like it's all from the 80s.
I don't want that to be.
See, I don't like the high rise. The high rise jean.
The men's romper is new. The men's romper is new.
I already have a hard enough time getting my shit opened up to go pee normally with jeans or holding it down with the friggin' sweatpants. I don't want to have to take the whole thing off.
I'm not going to say that it's a good idea for a night of drinking, okay? Because there's been nights when I'm like going into the bathroom like, like you know, like wobbling like a little duck over to the pot, like trying to get all this shit down, like trying to get it all down. Like
look it up. I can't think of it.
Yeah, like just look up like romper shorts or whatever.
We have time for just a few more questions. So, and this is a really good one. It's so often that men. We're going to talk like how to properly ask women about sex in general. So from a woman's point of view, how does a guy politely ask for a blowjob or sex?
Excuse me, madam.
Yeah, I mean, just say, hey, listen, I don't want to be an asshole or anything. Is this a possibility? I mean, what is the way to do that?
By cleaning the house, you know, making dinner, doing the laundry. No.
Hey, if let's be honest here.
Well, I mean, that's part of it. And then also, like, okay, so there was... I don't know, like just that's funny because I laughed about this question when it came up because the other night I asked Ryan to do something for me and I'll make it up to you or something like that, or like I owe you something or whatever, you know what I mean? And he goes, oh yeah, what are you gonna give me? And I literally just like started to like bend down on my knee, but like as a joke, like, you know what I mean? And he just
proposed to him.
Yeah, proposed to him.
False proposal.
False.
No. So
blowposal. A false blowposal.
Ballsy.
That's a ballsy fucking term right there, Zach. You're right.
All right.
No, but so like that was, you know what I mean? But like honestly, like just I guess you shouldn't have to ask for it if you're doing the right shit. But if you do have to ask for it, I guess just be a gentleman about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Pardon me, man.
I don't want to hear some 9th grade shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess tell me what you need in a good way. Like, or like,
man,
you know what
impose
I mean?
upon you for a beat.
Right.
10 minutes and some banaka. So next question. Do you think we don't know it's a padded bra?
Oh, that was one of my favorites because I could give a shit less. I don't wear them. And if I did, it would be for me. It would be for me and not for you. And that's the thing that dudes need to understand. number one, if we're wearing a padded bra, it's for us and how we look in our clothes and like the hourglass figure, because definitely it's not about when you have to take it off of us and we go, oops. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we definitely don't want you to like, we don't want you to care. Let's put it that way. But like, I'm sure you know, we know that you know, but we also know.
And why do men care enough to ask that question or to make that statement? What?
And I think that's the better part of this. Like, you know, because I mean, because men have, I mean, because, well, everybody has things that likes and dislikes, you know what I mean? So, like, obviously, if men want a bustier gal and they want it to be a true busty, you know what I mean? Rather than a falsy busty.
False busty.
then they're gonna, you know, I guess, have an adverse reaction to that when it gets unveiled, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But
That movie, I'm gonna get you, sucker.
But I think honestly, you know, I don't know. I think
we know you
yeah,
know we know you know things.
we know you know, and I know
it's all known.
Sam
but really,
said she had quit wearing bras 2 years ago, mainly because of the muscles that get too relaxed. Your titties get less firm with the brassiere.
and every girl needs to do push-ups. I'm sorry, that's all I gotta say.
And hey, I have a question for you.
Oh,
and this is like with most of the women I've ever gone out with, the one I'm currently with, along with her friends. Like,
Oh,
they come in, you know, from, you know, either they're working or whatever they're doing out and about. The moment they take off their bra, they're done for the night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they
you
can't
mean
go
they're
back
done
out.
for the night?
Yeah,
like,
they're not
oh,
going
fuck
back out.
that. I'd go out.
But here's the
without a
thing,
bra.
and I'm like, if I don't give a fuck if you're wearing a bra or not. Like, if you're not wearing a bra, I still think that's equally as cool. But I think the only reason women wear bras is for other women. Like, guys could give a fuck about if you're
I
wearing
don't
a
know.
bra.
I don't know about that, because I think maybe
Well,
you don't, but
I know there's probably exceptions but for just like just the average population across the board.
I think they wear them for themselves more so. But
No,
I think
I don't care. Like,
well, that's the thing. You don't care, but she does. So, like, for herself,
but
like, you know what I mean? She doesn't want her
women are the one that
to go big. It's like, I guess if they're big,
care,
you know what I mean?
but guys don't.
Well, yeah, but isn't that fair? Like, if she cares, that's enough, right? For herself, you know what I mean?
No, yes, without a doubt. I'm like, you always do what makes you feel comfortable.
That's exactly it. Because what makes them feel comfortable.
all right. Let's get through a couple more of these things here.
No, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like, I know that you don't care, like, you know what I mean? But I think it's more of like a self-conscious thing.
I think it looks even sexier when you're not wearing a bra. Like, that's my.
And that may be the thing that they're trying to avoid. Is attracting the wrong attention. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, hey, you walk into the frozen section at Meijer and chicken's done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, hey, I just came to get, like, you know, bagel bites or whatever. I didn't mean to turn on the whole frozen food aisle. Like, you know, but like, so like,
You over there with the boner, put it away.
yes.
Here, put these bagels on it.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
You know, like,
Hold on.
that cucumber. We're gonna
Are we back to shaping cucumbers? This butt plug?
select a size. Select a size.
Select a size.
I'm sorry.
Butt plugs.
Cucumber.
Butt plugs. I wish my dog would come to the door. Butt plugs. Go.
Here we go. Another one of the final questions here. One of two. Are women conscious of whether a penis has been recently cleaned before sucking it?
I don't know. I'm just gonna dive right into this. I don't know that I'm actually like
Caring?
aware if it's like been like shellacked or anything, but I
shellacked with what? Jacquard?
I certainly Jacquard Noir. I certainly could.
Is it a concern? I mean, would you?
Is it a concern? Yeah, sure. Like,
Who wants a dirty dick in
yeah,
their mouth?
sure, sir. Yeah, that's just like I look at people's hands before they ever touch me. I'm like, whoa, like
Up and you're
those
not.
nails are dirty. You're not putting those anywhere near or in or anywhere near or in me. Like, nope. Dirty fingers, that's one of the biggest turns off ever. Because if your hands and your fingernails are dirty, God knows what the fuck else is going on with you.
The stuff that you're covering up.
Wipe your
Yes.
ass with your bare hand.
I'm sorry. I'm rebuilding engines, even though the rest of my body is completely fucking spotless. My fucking hands are dirty. I'm sorry.
I get that, but there's still things.
You got me.
Amanda says, I think a woman knows when a penis has been cleaned or not. I mean, have you ever came across a penis that was dirty and you're like, no? No.
Probably. Like, I don't know that I like. I think
pretend to
I'd
fall
probably
asleep.
be very much more like discreet about it than be like, no.
Taking a wet nap.
Your dick stinks. Here's
I'd
a
probably
wipey.
just redirect. Like,
Dude,
you know what I mean? Like, redirect. We're just not going to go that way.
I can't stop
anytime
kissing
I've
your
ever
stomach.
been in a situation, I've taken a shower. If for whatever reason I was never able to have enough time to take a shower, I fucking soaped up my fucking balls with soap and then took a fucking like towelette and fucking cleaned it off.
Well, and there you go. That's tops and tails. Tops and tails.
Fucking really quick way to fucking do it.
A
If I'm not
horse
able to
Call that a
fucking take
horse bath.
shower.
Yeah. There you go, Zach.
All right. Last question, guys. Always wanted to ask women, what does breastfeeding feel like? Last question of the night, folks. Here we go.
You know, like
That's a good question, though, right?
Do you know a Gatorade sports bottle? Like the ones like, no, this isn't legitimate. This is legitimate. I tried to think about it. No, the ones that are like orange with the like top that you like squeeze out of.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm trying to like, okay. The reality is like, if you can think of like sucking from like a water bottle and you can feel like, and you hold on to it from the outside and you feel like the liquid pulling from the inside of the water bottle, but through your fingers from the outside. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of feels like that. Like you can literally feel the liquid in your like milk ducts in your breast, like expelling milk. Like, and it's like you can, when the baby, yeah, basically like when the child like suckles, like you can like feel it expelling. So it's like honestly like and when you're Zach,
I don't want to interrupt you. Go on.
No, but like, and when it happens, like you can, it's like a calming release because normally like it's a supply and demand thing. So when you are feeding your baby, it's usually because you're ready to feed your baby. So you're like ready to like release and expel like everything that's built up in you. So it's definitely always, it's like a very pressurized situation. And then it's like,
my wife will tell me that even
right,
years
Green.
after stopping the breastfeeding, anytime a tiny baby cries for long enough within proximity to her, she'll start
it's
to
like
get
a
this
tingle.
weird tingle. Yeah.
It's a tingle.
All right, Green, what you got?
Now everybody thinks I'm weird because like if I want to test the fact that is milk spoiled or not, I will actually take a fucking drink of it. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's fucking spoiled. But I want to know what fucking breast milk tastes like. And I've never had.
You can order it online, right?
Well, I don't want to do that.
Babies
I'm fucking ordering first my There's other
just go to www.pumpandump.com.
No, I can understand.
Pump
like,
and dump.
if
Pump
you're
and dump would be all the women that like had a whole bottle of red wine that night, and then they like pumped all their breast milk, and then it was like full of red wine, and then they dumped it.
Here's the
That's
thing.
a thing. Like, so you could get breast milk laced with red wine.
The majority of population have kids.
Oh, look at
A
Andrew's
majority
like,
of
I got
population-
my kink.
Okay,
majority
Green.
of populations had kids, and their significant others were. I'm sure, like, hey, let me just take a fucking drink of that
essence.
I don't know. I mean, what is that fucking? I don't know what that fucking tastes like. Is it good? Is it bad? Did you ever taste your own breast milk?
Do you really want to know what
honestly,
it tastes like?
I never tasted my own. I'm sure the flavor is dependent on what the person has eaten.
Green, let me break
Because I
this
know
down to
it
you.
smelled a lot
Good.
like what I
They
ate.
don't-
Bad? Is it bad?
They don't. No,
Good?
it's not good. It's not bad, but they don't make like a mixed drink out of it. It's not good enough to be something like a whiskey and titty. You know, it's just
A whiskey and titty. Well,
it's
see, but
not-
you're married. Like, okay, so
But
you're married and you have multiple children, Zach. So, like,
Yeah.
let's say, like, well, during like times of intimacy, in between like having children, and like during your time, or your wife's time of, you know, mammary like situations going on, like,
memories
we're memories
in the corner of my mind.
Was it in the corner of your eye? No, but did it?
You shot me in the eye.
Did it? That's my point. Like, did it ever so happen where
Of course,
you were like, let me test that out?
I think I've tasted most everything she secreted from
Okay, well there you go
numerous
then.
places. Just because I was kind of like Captain Kirk with this lady.
Oh,
Where no man has gone
Lord,
before.
Lord, you win
Well,
this question. You
my
win
wife-
this
The
question.
final frontier.
a lot of guys have probably explored my wife at some point, but that's you know, that's just part of life. We met each other at a older age, and I credit her some of her techniques to probably other relationships. And I just
Well, I
want
feel like we can all say that. I don't know
Thank
that
you.
it's because you met each other at an older age.
just
I
saying,
think we've
but
all just
I've tasted the
had
breast milk.
experiences before. Okay, well there you go.
It was. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't. I didn't go back for seconds. You know.
Okay. You answer my question. It's forgettable.
Can we find
Okay.
somebody
Can
for
I-
Green?
Forgettable.
Is anybody in the Toledo, Ohio, Michigan area currently feeding a child that would mind?
Currently
we can
secreting.
we can do it on air.
I will drink it on the next podcast.
On
you need
air.
a couple of squirts.
I'll
I
I'll
will
find it.
refrigerate it and drink it on the next podcast.
You know, it's like when you're trying to feed baby hamsters with the little eyedropper.
Mhm.
You know. Is that
Zach
enough?
Green, it tastes like Frosted Flakes milk.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I can.
Maybe
Okay.
not.
Hey, that's the most honest
Yeah.
answer I've ever
Sweet.
gotten. Thank
Or
you.
like cream of
Sweet.
wheat without the
Sweet.
sweet stuff.
There's nothing cream of wheat about it.
It's like
Ew.
grape nuts
Yeah,
milk.
cream of wheat's not.
Ooh,
Yeah.
chunky. That's
Maybe
that's
grape
called
nuts milk.
colostrum. That's the stuff that happens first, and
Yep.
that can be a little chunky.
Okay. This is the end of our
Chunky,
podcast.
chunky. Yeah, on that
Covering
note.
Oh
Thank
man,
you.
what a disaster of a fucking
playing.
podcast.
Moist
Who
question.
listens to this fucking garbage?
I agree.
Hey, I do.
Jesus Christ.
You are nothing but a champion, making it all the way to the end, answering questions that are really retarded in the definition sense. We've covered almost every single question without hesitation. Thank you to Sam and also Amanda for chiming in a few of those. And guess what, folks? We're going to have to see you next week because that's it. Kelsey, thank you once again.
Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you.
If somebody, would you ever want somebody that's listening, say in India, to find you? Is there an Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or clips.com that profile that you have?
They are
actually,
some of the most beautiful people on the planet.
Are
Yes,
they-
you.
yeah, the people in India are the most beautiful people on the planet? Some of them are, yes, I would agree that. I'm a big fan of Mindy Kaling from The Office, the writer from The Office. She's a beautiful Indian woman. But anyways, no, I think my Instagram is like the cat's pajamas at Toledo or something like that. I don't know, whatever. I don't really have. I don't really.
If you really want to know,
You can look for it. If you can look for it. If you really
You'll
want to find
find
me,
it.
you'll find me.
Yeah, you'll find it.
We can link it up later.
Yeah. Thank you once again. Julio says thank you, Kelsey, and thank you,
Bye,
guys.
Julio.
I believe Kane Loke is on next week,
Thanks for
folks.
coming out. Thanks for
He's
coming
scheduled.
out. Really, thanks for coming out.
And we will see you next Tuesday. Whoop, whoop.